Alright, so the goal of this video is just to introduce some of the different leaflet examples that we've provided. So we have a total here of 6 different examples. We're not going to go over them in detail. I just wanted to kind of provide an overview of the goals and some of the different components. So we're going to step through each of these. Again, we provided these, so you should be able to work with them on your own. Okay, so each example is inside of its own folder. So we have demo 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then let's just go into a folder here. You can see here I have an index file. We have some other content, so some CSS, data if data are required, images if images are required, there are none there. And then in the source here, we actually have the Leaflet CSS, Leaflet JavaScript, and whatnot. And also, if we're using any Leaflet add-ons, then those will be there also. So it should basically be all standalone. We're not calling to like the Leaflet, like an API or a CDN for Leaflet or anything. Okay, so let's look at this first example. I'm gonna get this going here. There we go. All right, so all the pages generally kind of look like this. This is just supposed to show some general components of Leaflet. So here you have some controls to switch between maps, which this may not work in this context because of the way the server is set up, and I don't think I've got like Ajax working or anything. So I don't think it's letting me swap the base maps. Anyway, we've also configured some pop-ups for the objects. We've got a zoom there. So anyway, you can go through this and see how we set it up. So here we're defining variables, setting up a map object, setting up panes, adding data layers to the map, adding the layer controls, setting up the symbology. So there's a good bit of code here, but it's doing your standard stuff that we went through in the lectures. So that's the first example. Let's kill that one. The second example here is, get this going. Okay, so this is using this Leaflet choropleth plugin. So this is a plugin to generate a choropleth and then an associated legend. That's the main goal of this one. We don't have any layers loaded. We just have our base maps in this case, and then one layer, and then using this Leaflet choropleth. Just as a note, anytime you're using some plugin, you're going to have to link to it. So here we're linking to it from our source folder. So that's this choropleth one. We also have a couple others, Leaflet providers, the Ajax for the asynchronous loading, and then your standard Leaflet stuff. All right, so again, same basic setup. Again, you can go through these, basically defining the variables, setting up the map, adding in the layers, the controls, and then setting up the symbology. And then the rest of this is the other page content. So so the second example there is focused on that Leaflet choropleth plugin. All right, here's our third example. Okay, so the main goal here was to show customizing some CSS and adding in, working with different elements here. So we added in this different zoom slider using the Leaflet zoom slider plugin, and also this pan controls plugin. So again, to do that, you're going to have to link to those objects or that JavaScript, and if here they also have associated CSS, and then actually add those elements to the map, right? And then in terms of changing the CSS, we did some editing of our own within the CSS to get the colors that we wanted to match the rest of the layout on the page. So that was the main goal of that one. Okay, good. All right, and then here's the fourth example. Let's see if this is going to load. Oh, there it goes. So this is using the Esri Leaflet plugin. This allows you to use Esri layers. So this allows me to connect to tile layers. I'm not 100%. Oh, there it goes. So this is loading in some nape imagery from an Esri like REST service, and then I also have this roads layer, which may or may not be drawing correctly. Let me zoom way out here. There it goes. So anyway, there's the imagery. So that's coming from an Esri service, and again, that's you can access those types of layers using the Esri Leaflet add-on. And then down here, you can see where I'm grabbing those services there. Oh, they're finally loaded. Yeah, so there's those their roads within the Mon National Forest, and then this Esri.tile map layer is allowing us to add the tile layer, and then the Esri.feature layer is allowing us to load in that feature layer. Okay, that was 4. So here is example 5. The main point of this one is to show using different markers. These are markers I'm getting from Font Awesome. And then also I'm applying a tooltip here, which is basically just text. It's kind of like a simple pop-up. So anyway, these markers are coming from Font Awesome. So that's with this leaflet.awesome markers. And again, here you can see where we're linking to that. And then to actually access those markers, we're doing it here, right? So awesome markers.icons. Here we're grabbing the tree icon, and we're setting a collar for it. So there's your tree icon. So anyway, that can allow for some more customization of the markers for objects. Okay, and then the last example here, turn that one off. Oops, open the same one again. All right, it's this one. So this one was supposed to demonstrate some different functionality. Specifically, I'm using this easy button, which allows you to associate an action with a button. So here I've got the button, and what it's doing is allowing you to expand and contract a sidebar. And then each of these elements here are going to have a different function. So this Salzburg one, if we click on it, it zooms into the city of Salzburg in Austria. If we kind of see that in action here, what's actually happening is that that's going to execute some code. Got to find that object there. These are all the styles and whatnot. These are the buttons. Find this here. These are the styles. Oh, here's the Salzburg button. So when this executes, it basically sets the map view to have that I guess this would be the latitude, I guess it's first. Yeah, so this is the longitude and the latitude, and then a zoom level, right? So we're basically just resetting the map view to be over that object. The second button is this change marker. So that changes from one marker so it starts off with a certain marker style, and then it changes it to a different marker style. And then this changes it back to the original. So we have 2 there. So this resets it to this, so it'll change it to return point style 2, and then this one returns point style 1. And those styles are being defined in the script. We just have to find them somewhere. So there's your point style 1 icon, and then point style 2 icon. Okay, and then this activates a locate widget, so it'll pop up and ask for that. I'm not going, oh, I will let it do it. And that should zoom to my location, which don't need to see. All right, cool. So that's being done with this, let's see here. So locate, so we'll do map locate, set view true. So this allows you to go to a location. And then lastly here we get back to original extent, which just zooms it back to the original extent, and then we can collapse our sidebar there. Okay, so again, that was just supposed to be a quick introduction to our different examples that we provide as part of the class. We'll go over this in the code, obviously, or in the examples in more detail. I do have some videos about these, but I made them a while back. They were done using using brackets, which is an older like code interface. I'm going to keep those if you want to look at them, where we go into them in a little bit more detail. It's just mainly explaining the code. Say it would work roughly the same if you were going to work with them or use them inside of VS Code. It just the interface is a little bit different.